last minute. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Yeah. So timing will start right when I hit game start. This is just going to be a any % run, which means we're not going to watch cutscenes. So if you were looking for cutscenes, I would just suggest looking the game up online or at any previous runs. So 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, Pepsiman is a game which is sort of like a temple run style game where you just sort of run in a straight line and try to get to the end of the stage. The difference is that we are the best superhero who has ever existed in any video game ever. The one, the only, Pepsiman. So, the main gimmick of the game is that everything is out to kill Pepsiman. And these stages are set up in a way so that you'll try and get as many obstacles in your way as possible on your way to the finish. Now, you notice that there are a lot of Pepsi cans along the road on the way to our end goal. We're going to actually try and avoid picking up a lot of these cans if possible, because there's a counter at the end of every stage, which will count the amount of cans that we collect. Ideally, you want to avoid picking up any, although I'm not really going to try and go out of my way to avoid them during this run, since generally the time loss of slowing down to go around them is not going to equal out to collecting, like, 10 or so. There we go, end of the first stage, though. So the story, by the way, we are currently in San Francisco. There is a single soda machine, which is not this soda machine, that is out of soda. And the entire city is about to riot because they cannot drink Pepsi. So, it's up to us to save the world by bringing them delicious soda. And not cause the whole city to go up in flames, I guess. The game itself is fairly difficult because it'll kind of eat your inputs to some aspect anyway. Whenever I enter in an input, like let's say this jump or this run, I have to wait for the entire animation of that to complete, or else it'll eat my next input while it's finishing that animation. So a lot of the speedrun of this game involves managing how you move through the stage with your inputs in a rhythmic manner, so you can get as many run inputs in as possible, as well as slowing down and moving around objects at certain points in the level to cause objects to spawn at the end of the draw distance in very specific ways. So we'll be seeing that a little bit later when we manipulate spawns. This stage you don't really have to manipulate anything though. Yeah, the Pepsiman advertising campaigns, if you ever looked any up on YouTube, by the way, are basically a American parody for a Japanese market. It's a little weird. Also, if you've never looked up Pepsi Woman or Diet Pepsi Woman with lime, there is some really weird physics going on with that character. Only 9 cans is pretty good. Good clear time. We're gonna skip this cutscene. First boss, a giant sugar-infused can of Pepsi. The worst villain of them all. This is actually the first time I played this game on a CRT in a while, and the color is super nice, by the way. I forgot how good CRTs are. So yeah, there's a little indicator for the stage length in the top right. We just have to wait till we get all the way to the right, and we're done. These levels always take the same amount of time unless you get hit. Every hit that you take makes you lose 2 seconds. If you get hit 3 times, you'll also die and have to redo the stage. Pepsi Woman with lime physics? Right? Right? Pepsi has a 0.2% market share? Wow. There's not a lot of Pepsi vending machines, that's true. Coke seems to have a much larger vending machine market. Alright, so now we're in New York. The entire city is burning and on fire. you know, like New York. And then, because there's a building that is on fire, we have to go not save the people that are in that building, but we do have to bring them soda because it's really hot, while a fire truck comes and saves them instead. So, we'll work our way over to that one burning building in New York at a super heroic pace. This is actually the first hard level of the game, especially casually, because this is where the input eating can start to really come into play, especially on this bridge. But we're going to try and make it look easy by doing some very precise movement through the stage. Jump, slide, jump. So the trick here is to get as many runs in as possible on this bridge, while everything is obviously falling, and trying to kill you very quickly. Jump! There's a hidden one. And, ooh, that was really good. That was a super strong level. That guy really wants Pepsi. Yeah, there's like Pepsi hobos in this city. I'm not sure why. They only want Pepsi. They don't want you to help them. They just want soda. One might call them addicts, really. I just noticed the game feed is kind of small. Let me fix that for you guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Alright, so on to the sewers of New York. So this is where they start introducing the long jump, as well as the picador bullshit, which, oh god, I was slightly too far right. So they have these walls that you have to run through or slide through in order to actually proceed, and some of them will just randomly drop you into a pit and kill you. So it's kind of like Super Mario Maker before Super Mario Maker. Actually, what we really need is a Super Pepsi Man Maker. I would be so in on a Pepsi Man Maker, you have no idea. Also, little known fact, this game actually has a built-in level editor that you can access through a dev console command. So you can actually, on the fly, create levels through the game and test them out. The problem is that no pits will actually kill you, and no enemies will have hitboxes during that level editor. So, in theory, you can make your own Pepsi Man levels. They just will have no actual, you know, repercussions for bad inputs. Alright, we're gonna try and do a swag. Swag! Yeah! Swag. There we go. Kaizo Pepsi Man, that's exactly what we need. Heck yeah. Alright, so we're through level 2 of World 2. We're on to the next boss, which is the Sonic Adventure 2, you know, truck boss. This is where they start implementing obstacles above you to try and punish you for just jumping through the stage. Technically in the first level, especially the first boss, you can get through that whole boss just by mashing the jump button like an idiot. In this level, they decided to, you know, tell you not to do that by putting all these signs up here. My screen's a little dark, so this is actually kind of hard to see. If I stand here, though, I should be okay for most of this stage. Until right here. Now I need to wiggle my way left and right through the rest of the stage, and then we're done. There we go. There's like a boss down. Yeah, he ignores the soda he picks up to drink a cold one. I mean, sometimes you gotta open up a cold one with the boyks, you know? That's just how it works. Not every day you can open up a cold one with the boyks. Yeah, I'm actually playing off of a TV, because there's a delay through Amarek for playing it on my screen. This is just kind of an older, small television, and I don't really have a way to adjust the gamma on it, unfortunately. So, this is where we're going to use a little bit of manipulation of spawns. I'm gonna run 5 times here to cause this truck on the left to spawn. Run on this one again to cause the truck behind me to spawn in a way so I can run between both of these without waiting for them. Typically that section is set up in a way where you have to kind of walk slowly, you can't run input. But if you do it in that specific way, you'll be fine. Alright, we're gonna try and swag. There's a 2-frame window where you can slide under these bottom ones. And we're just gonna do it for fun. Ah, frick! Alright, well, never mind. I guess we're not gonna swag. We tried. I haven't practiced it on this CRT yet. There's a little 2-frame window where it's bouncing off the road. If you time it correctly, you'll be able to go right underneath it rather than having to jump over. There's not really any reason to do so, it's just really swag. Alright. Done with that. It was nice of the truck to wait for us, at least. So we can keep dropping stuff like a jerk. So there's no danger at all as long as I don't drop an input during this section. These motorcycles would kind of come up behind me and try to run me over. If they hit me from behind, I will instantly die. But as long as I don't drop an input like I did literally right there, we'll be fine. So again, no danger at all. Please don't worry about the danger. Oh god, there's a lot of danger. And yeah, this is again where the rhythmic input of the game comes in. You're just kind of constantly entering in the same couple inputs over and over in order to get as much speed as possible. Bam. Alright, we made it through the first part of Texas. And got a delicious soda. Now it's Pepsi. Yeah. So, that was Texas. Now we're going to the second part of Texas, which is the Buffalo Ranch / Mine, Texas. You know. Is Dr. Pepper the boss? Man, that would be great. So this is again where we're going to manipulate the spawns a little bit. I'm going to run, jump, slide to cause that buffalo to spawn on the left side in a specific way where I can just run right by it. That way I don't have to slow down and wait for it. Or worse, let it hit me. So we're going to be back on the barrel here. This thing is terrible. If this barrel was a piece of paper, it would be even more terrible. But it's mostly weird because of the camera angle turning there. It makes you think that you're at a spot on the screen that you're not, so you can easily overcompensate. This is the mine. Some people think the mine is the hardest part of the game for speedrunning. Just because, like, there's so many obstacles to keep track of, moving in and out, left and right. But as long as you don't heck it up, and just keep your inputs, you know, rhythmically correct, this is a pretty easy level. It is really dark on this television, though. Oop, yeah, alright, I didn't see that because it's too dark. Almost done. Well, yeah, we're almost done with the stage, though, so this could be a lot worse. So we'll hug the left here, because then these minecarts won't hit us. And all we have to do is not die. Bam. So we made it out to a plain in the middle of Texas with a bunch of people who were not at all dead. And we brought them soda so that they don't dehydrate while someone else comes and saves them. Truly a hero for the ages. Also, I think these characters were in Street Fighter 2 or something. It's hard to tell. So, now we have to fight the log boss. Yeah, soda will hydrate you. Probably. It's fine. They didn't really think about that, alright? So the problem with this boss is every time you get hit by an obstacle, you'll actually move further backwards on the screen, and the objects will spawn from behind Pepsiman. So the problem is that when you get hit, you have less time to react to those obstacles spawning, and the way that these logs roll, they hide the logs that you're supposed to actually dodge. So this level is actually really hard for a lot of people, because you just have to actually memorize the pattern to get through the stage. Otherwise, if you get hit, like, even once, casually, you'll probably never make it through this stage. There's just not enough time to react. But, easiest stage by far for the speedrun. So we're on to the last world. This is the hardest world of the game. Pepsi City. A real place in America. I think it's on the Hershey Highway. So the computer that runs Pepsi City has gone crazy because its AI has started not giving the world Pepsi. So it's up to us to go save the world by pouring soda on its machine. Oh, jeez, it ate my input there. That's okay, I guess. And by pouring soda on its computer, we will save the world. So yeah, every time I get hit like that, I'm losing about like 3 or 4 seconds to run. Which stinks, but it is what it is. We have to go right here or else we'll get hit by that car. Also, when you're in this garbage can, I didn't mention that earlier, but you are not also just Solid Snake, but your controls are reversed left and right. And there's a lot of dead people on the side of the road. They're fine. Don't worry about it. It's definitely not Pepsi's fault. Alright, last section of the stage. This is also kind of hard to set up, just because of the way you have to do your inputs. Oh, ate my input. That's okay. So you'll see me kind of like wiggle back and forth through areas to try and avoid picking things up and avoid obstacles. But yeah, we made it through that pretty well. 1 or 2 dropped inputs, but not bad. Yeah, you just take a normal city, and then put Pepsi on everything. Pepsi City. The next stage is by far the hardest stage in the game. I think I spent about an hour on the game casually up until this point. And then the next stage, I spent an hour and a half to beat. Alone. Just that stage. So, yeah. Yeah, the hard left and right is scripted in the game. Although there is a Pepsi Man fan game that came out last year called Vitamin Girl, which has those same hard turns, but you have to input it, and it's kind of terrible. I was trying to learn that game, but the final boss of the game is absolute crap. I just clipped through those boxes because of a well-timed slide. Oh, that's weird. Oh no, it ate my input. Alright, this is fine. This is fine, everything's fine. This is fine. Alright, we'll run under that sign. There we go. Oh, yes, got there. Alright, so this section's really tough to actually do because there's a lot of pipes to jump over. And the camera is kind of just turning a lot during this section. So being able to get your run inputs in while also jumping over all of these, due to the way that the inputs work, is tough because it'll eat your input sometimes and just screw everything up. We're doing okay though, probably. This isn't a great run of this stage, but this is also the hardest stage in the game, so I'll take it. So I'm gonna take a hard right here. And we're almost at the end of the stage. This is the last really hard section. I'm gonna be quiet. Ooh, okay. There's like a 2-pixel window to make that last stupid wall. Alright. Got there. So yeah, I might learn Vitamin Girl at some point, so you might actually see the Pepsiman fan game speedruns. I've learned about 80% of it, but I really did not like the final boss, so I'll have to give it another try. Alright, we're on to the final level of the game. This is not a hard level at all. It's also the highest APM of any video game ever, which is advertisements per minute. So, you know, enjoy. Up next, by the way, we have a Crash Bandicoot 2 run with Stump, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I know I'm looking forward to it. And then a Spyro run right after that, actually, 120%, which is really, really fun, chill run. So, a little bit of a PlayStation block this morning. Slash afternoon. I like how the cans are kind of lined up to the music a bit on the stage. And time's coming up. Time. That was a 2016? 2016's... God, I should have gotten one more second. We could have had a 2018 and 2018. Man. Wait. No, I can't fix it. 2016, I guess. Alright, GG. Anything near 20 minutes is pretty good for that run. Especially on a PS1. So I'm playing on a Japanese PS1. PS1 has a lot of slowdowns compared to a PS2 with fast disc speed or technically emulator. So I lose about a minute of time just by playing on this console.
Only my choice.
That would put that time at a 1917 roughly on a PS2. Which is only like 20 seconds off world record, so that's not bad at all. Who is this chalupa? That is Mike Butters, star of Saw 1, 2, and 4, I think? Something like that. He got paid a case of Pepsi to do the cutscenes for this game. One whole case of soda. He's a good dude.
Pepsi is...
Oh.
Excuse me.
Alright. Let me swap my mic over real quick here.
Bam. We're on the better mic now. So, that was Pepsiman. We'll go ahead and get set up for our next run here, which will be Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex's Revenge. Or Cortex Strikes Back. Heck, dude. Been a while since I played that one. Any percent no game over abuse with Stump Doshio, or Stump for short. So I'll go ahead and get that set up, and we'll be right back with more speedruns. Stay tuned, everyone.